Welcome to Tulsa CrimeTracker.com, where we look at particularly noteworthy crimes in the Tulsa area, do some deep background, do some research, and talk about crime trends. Only show that is doing that, and we thank you for showing up. It is it's really hard to put into words how gruesome the tale of Peggy Lee Gaytan is, and it really hits close to home because where she was brutally gunned down on December the 24th, what day was this? The 23rd? I forget. It's just she was gunned down less than half a mile from where we're speaking with you tonight.
36 in Harvard.
36 in Harvard. By all appearances, this was a totally random act whereby she was just the wrong person at the wrong time. And the facts are clear that what was caught on video was a couple of young people, it looks like, convening outside the shell, and then one stays outside, one just walks in, shoots her, walks out the other door, and then the second just opens the door and looks in, and then they both run away into the night. Now, we posted that over on our companion website, truetulsa.com, that someone to look for, particularly around Midtown Tulsa, would be someone that's wearing
Air Jordans.
Air Jordans. Now, I do not wear Air Jordans because I'm square.
Square? I'm
very square. But now, do you have Air Jordans?
I actually have my Air Jordans on tonight, but it's not particular Air Jordans that was in the video. They looked pretty short. I'm trying to find more information on it, but Air Jordans. I mean, if you're going to look up for anybody with Air Jordans, there's going to be a lot of people in Midtown wearing Air Jordans.
Well, that's it. So beyond that, what would you start looking for?
People doing strange activity. It sounds like. I mean, you walk in south door, kill them, and then walk out the north door. They obviously had it planned, trying to do it quick as possible so nothing that came in interrupted. Doesn't really give a lot of information on the actual suspects themselves.
Now, if you go back to the original True Tulsa story, that links through to KOKI, who actually have the close-ups still, because again, no suspects identified, which makes it horrific. A, B, the insinuation here is that okay, sorry, I need to fill you, need to give you some background here. So we post this right after Miss Gaytan was murdered. Then I went just to look to see what was being reported on her name. It popped up with something called the National Blackfoot Soldier Network. And this is pretty heinous because the website is only a celebration of BOW crime, black on white crime. That's the sole purpose of the website, is BOW crime. And so there's a case with a sheriff that looks like he was killed, and looks like maybe a couple were killed, and so that's just what they do. I do not know why they're doing that, but it's just what they do. Well, so that brought me to their website, but they had a banner, which is now over at the Tulsan blog. They have a banner up linking the Gaytan murder over here at 36th and Harvard, and a similar convenience store robbery in Berry Hill the previous week.
So they're relating Berry Hill and the one out here together.
Correct. This obscure the National Blackfoot Soldier Network is actually linking these and celebrating this as an act of resistance against...
Resistance for what?
Racial Holocaust deniers and criminals who do not support reparations is what they say on the site. So in other words, if a black person were to kill a white person, then it would be no big deal because, again, we're criminal because we're not just automatically going on with reparations. That's weird, right? Now
pretty,
the police are still connecting the incident with Ms. Gaytan and one over on 21st Street. I believe it was later on in the week.
Yeah.
Because similar outfits. The commonality, of course, is that they were all not the quick trips, because even a murderer in this town would not want to get kicked out of going to Quick Trip. So they're all independent. That's the first thing. Is again, it's very scary, but the independents seem to be like they're targeted. It looks like it's some sort of gang initiation, or it's a group of kids.
That's what I first thought whenever I first read it. It seemed like some sort of initiation, random acts of crime. I know I've got a few friends who are affiliated, and that's usually one of the things they have to do is just random acts of crime, which is pretty sad because apparently Peggy, she was a grandmother. Her granddaughter had to go without her for Christmas. So whoever's doing it, and for whatever reason they're doing it, it's pretty retarded, whether it's gang initiation, whether it's for reparation. I mean, it's 2012, 2012.
Well, we need to get over that.
Get over all that.
So then if somebody performed this act as some sort of gang initiation, then someone who might know that person would look for them bragging about maybe how they've suddenly gained new stature. No,
that's how they're going to get caught, by bragging. It says here that they were 19 to 23, so any young male 19 to 23 is going to brag about anything they feel was quote-unquote successful. Not that I'm deeming this successful. I think it's pretty heinous. I think it's pretty
just cowardly.
Whack. It's just, that doesn't make any sense. Nobody gained anything from this. In fact, a little girl lost her grandmother, and they're going to end up doing some time over this. So why walk in and shoot them and leave? I can understand. It'd make more sense if it was a robbery or something. It wasn't even a robbery. Just walked in, shot, no words were exchanged, and took off out the front door. But it says the shooter's described as a white male, though.
Yeah.
So where?
I have a misspelling in my article. What does the December 21st robbery of John's Burr Hill Food Market and the gruesome assassination of Peggy Lee Gaytan at the 36th and South Harvard Shell Station have in common? Well, according to the National Blackfoot Soldier Network blog, both were committed by soldiers dedicated to the Black reparations movement. In a despicable post published Christmas Day, the blog reports, breaking, BOW, reparations, Tulsa activists on fire. Poor white trash reparations offender Peggy Lee Gaytan down in a series of daring holiday season reparations protests. Activists forced to defend themselves in, and then here it's in block, sensational Harvard Street, Shell, and Berry Hill Food Market protest against transatlantic slave trade Holocaust deniers. We come in peace. Whites want war. We come in name of justice. Whites covet injustice. And then, and again, they're spelling it out. Tulsa County, Blackfoot soldiers praise protesters' courage and heart in face of hypocrisy and continued reparations denials. And then on their blog, they have a picture of the assault of the Berry Hill Food Market, and then a picture of Miss Gaytan holding her grandchild, and then a shot. It looks like they took themselves out of the shell, and it's in red, the 2011 Tulsa holiday season reparations protest. So this is kind of despicable, and I think this is probably this particular blog. I think this is some sort of psychological operation. There's no way that they can be serious about that. They have to be trying to bait some sort of racial tensions, or trying to just inflame people. I mean, Tulsa has a very proud history of racial discrimination. We had the white Aryan resistance here for a good long time, and of course the black, the Black Wall Street, burnout of 1921 wasn't even a race riot; it was more genocide.
Right.
And so I almost think this is like a white guy trying to put up the most heinous thing that he can think of on the internet to try to make people as angry as he is at black folk. It's almost what that looks like to me. And I think that this guy's probably local because, again, no one else, Berryhill, that was not even a murder. That was not even a murder. So how is that going to come up on some sort of national blog? How is that going to make it to that level? See?
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
And then to connect those two, this guy just made the casual observation that, look, this guy also had a dark hoodie, and whoever killed her had a dark hoodie, and this made the connection.
A dark hoodie, huh?
Yeah, that was it. You know, that was the only connection that this person could make. So, again, we have some. The streets in Tulsa were vicious last year. Not as vicious as they could have been in terms of murder, and we already clocked our first murder of the year, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But first, what we want to do is take an ad from one of our valued sponsors. If you have an iDevice, check it out. You know, I repair iDevices, and I mean, I don't. Do you?
No,
we don't. But these people do, and they're going to talk to you about it, and then we're going to come back and show you some other troubling news from T-Town. Welcome back to TulsaCrimeTracker.com. I'm Tim.
And I'm Luke.
And again, I mean, the Gaytan murder. You know, one of the suspects looks white. Wasn't this part of the deal?
That's what they said. It looked white, but they're saying it's black on white crime. So
the black reparations people,
right.
Or excuse me, that's so incorrect. This National Blackfoot Soldier Network, right? Which again, I think is a white outfit trying to demonize and inflame racial tension.
Aren't Blackfoot's Indians anyway?
Though that is what it was kind of misleading. It almost like gives it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a bit confused. If they're trying to take credit for something somebody else is doing because they're trying to get initiation, you know, grow up.
Yeah, grow up.
It's pretty retarded.
Yeah, I don't even think in the pen this is going to be treated with much respect. And so this happened at 36th and Harvard, which is, again, half a mile, and then another further half a mile up the street, this happens.
There's a father held at gunpoint in Midtown driveway. Fox 23 reporter Abby Alford reports, says that 31st and Harvard, a father working late, come home, parked his car in the driveway, and was robbed at gunpoint. It was a week before the Peggy Gaytan shooting and murder.
It was a week before?
I said it was a week before. At Home and Grocery Store on 31st and Harvard, a woman broke her leg after fighting off a robber who tried to steal her purse in the parking lot. All these crimes happening in an area where neighbors and victims are not afraid to stay quiet. On Tuesday night after work around 9:20, a father pulled into his driveway, thought he heard two young girls greeting him at his car. He looks back and were two gun barrels pointing at him, says Justin, I guess is the father's name. He doesn't want to be identified, so Justin is a random name, alias. Says he threw his hands up and complied with the gunman. He stepped out of the car. Says the gunmen were carrying .40 caliber guns and barricaded in between the door and the car. There was said when the guns drew on you, the first thing you should do is run, but there's none of that. It's either comply or die at that point. With the barrel of the gun in his gut, another in his face. He says one of the robbers got inside his car and was filling him with his gun and being skittish about trying to get the key out of the car. He says as close as he was to the robbers, he couldn't get a good look at the thieves. He had a white bandana and was perfectly tied across his face. It wasn't moving a lick, and his hoodie was right over his eyes. However, he says the pair acted similar to the two robbers involved in the deadly robbery at the Shell station in Ryan's convenience store in East Tulsa. I guess that's the one that was 21st and Garnett, Ryan's convenience store. He says he was cool and collected. The other guy was a little more scatterbrained. At one point, Justice says the calm robber made an order as the car drove by the house. Put your hands down, be cool. Put your hands down, says Justin of the main robber. The robbers took off with his car keys, wallet, and cell phone. He saw the robbers took off in a dark blue PT Cruiser with silver rims, but he couldn't make out the tag number. He wasn't going to run in the street to get a tag number and get shot while I ran out into the street, he says. So he ran to the house, called police. Officers surrounded his neighborhood on the ground and up in the air. However, imagine this, the gunman got away. It's not in a place where you think it could happen. I mean, I've never imagined 31st. I mean, that area over there has always been, well, up until the last 10 years, I guess, was always pretty safe. It was predominantly white. It's kind of gotten a little A little crazy.
Well, it's because of its proximity to the Broken Arrow Expressway. You can get a lot of traffic real fast right off of that expressway. Right. You come down 31st Street from 31st and Yale, or even if you get off on Harvard, I mean, you get a lot of traffic that makes its way through that, and then it's nothing to go half a block in, and then set up your deal, and then boom, and you're little, and at the time, I guess it makes sense. Then you're going to do the job and then just jump back on the expressway and you're gone.
Makes it for convenience, I guess.
Yeah, and because of that, there's a lot of traffic too. It just makes it more random. I mean, it's harder to pay attention to as many elements with more traffic going on if you're out in the parking lot, and these people know that.
Right.
And again, that seems to be the trend is that the robberies now. Now, robberies are actually down for the year, and this came out on January 6th. And was that Abby Alford over there?
It was Abby Alford that reported that.
Is Abby the only person writing over there at Fox 23 these days?
Writing stories worth reading, I guess. God bless you.
Oh, man. And they come in threes. Well, over 2010 to 2011, robberies went down nearly 22%, Abby reports in a story that is labeled Tulsa Robberies Down, Perception of Violence Up.
Perception of violence. Can you explain that to me? Because that confuses me there.
No, there is no further explanation. She goes on and relates a couple of personal stories. Talk about about Peggy Gaytan's murder, but police do not know why. Then she gives a little bit of crime reporting there. She says police say its robbery clearance rate is about 10 percentage points higher than the national average, 26%. That's because the robbers in Tulsa are especially stupid. If they're getting caught by the TPD with greater regularity than other police departments, it's not okay. Anyway, well, good police work. Well, good for you. Police recommend to protect yourself from a robber. But no, there's no. I didn't know. I didn't know the perception was up, Luke.
Perception is up, and we're only a week into the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and this arson spree that has been plaguing presumably North Tulsa and Midtown Tulsa almost claimed its first victim in the persona of James O'Neill on New Year's Eve at the 4900 block of North Elwood. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't hear about this.
He went to the light, my brother.
He went to the light.
He went all the way to the light. He was in full cardiac arrest. It was lights out for James O'Neill, and so the reward for the person that's been it's gone up. When did I print this up? That was on the 3rd. I think the reward has gone up even further from there, and we'll find out a little bit more about that.
So
here we go.
Is the arsonist back then?
Yeah. Well, he has never left. This person has never left. Now, the reward for the arsonist has increased today on January 9th to, guess how much?
$2,000.
Keep going.
25.
Keep going.
5.
That's a lot better, but keep going.
10,000.
Oh, no, that's overreach. 5,600.
Oh, well, that's still a far cry from 1,000, which is what, 6 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
They really want this guy.
Well, money talks and bullcrap walks, so we'll see if that has anything. But be interesting to see. I mean, if he was in full cardiac arrest, I mean, presumably...
The police haven't found their person to harm their brother? Aren't the firefighters considered Tulsa police brothers?
Well, yeah, it's just this type of crime, I guess, maybe because the victim is takes 10 minutes to start showing flame or something. That's just incredible. I don't know how many dozens of homes have been going up, but again, tend to almost exclusively targeting abandoned
houses.
So I guess if you see someone mess around in an abandoned house, don't do a thing. Actually, just
call
get
the police. The police will take care of it.
No, they won't. No, they won't. How? What?
Yeah, you
look,
know, they flash their lights and think they scare people off, so whatever.
Look, so that's pretty creepy. Still getting a lot of the child porn, and this is even still. And now this is check this out. This is an ex-civilian contractor.
I've seen this.
In Iraq, pled in a porn case, and again, it's almost like it'd be one of these setups. I mean, you know, what type of need do you have sexually that you need to download child porn while you are deep behind enemy lines?
Have you seen the guy?
He looks. What? Okay, he has a mullet.
Okay.
Right.
And the eyes. I mean, obviously, you know what they say about people that.
Oh, what do they say, Luke?
Well, you know, it will make you cross-eyed, boy. We'll just leave it at that. He looks to me like a disturbing individual. So
his eyes are close set.
Close set. He has a lazy eye, like he's been staring at the computer screen for too long.
I see what you're saying there on that left side.
Yeah, you see that? Looks a little cross-eyed. Either that, or he just ate one too many dates while he was over there.
Yeah, I get you.
Either way. So, child porn, huh? You looking it up in Iraq?
I guess. Again, why? Why, people?
I don't know why look at child porn anyway, but especially, you know, you're over there serving our country. That's how you want to represent us? Chomo?
Well, no, I think he was a civilian contractor.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, civilian contractor, either way.
Mm-hmm.
In Iraq.
Yeah, in Iraq.
Yeah.
So there we go. Here we go. Some more sickness here. The next story here is Amber Hibberline, and she's the young bride, young mother who pushed her newlywed husband right out the window at the University Club Tower, and he fell, died a gruesome death, and unclear what the facts are.
What is her story on it?
Her story on it is that she didn't push him out. He just kind of fell out the window or something like that.
After smoking a cigarette?
Heading back to jail. She actually has to go back to jail because she was caught smoking marijuana. Apparently, that showed up in her urinalysis or something. Just a complete waste of time here, people. It's a complete waste of time.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to waste your time either. So we just wanted to kind of really talk about the Gaytan situation. That was important.
Very disturbing. Very disturbing.
Mm-hmm. It's just incredible. The amount of street violence that continues to plague Tulsa. The only thing we can do is just take notes of what you see. Be aware of your surroundings at all time. Yeah, love the ones that love you and your family and kin. And we'll check you out next time on Tulsa Crime Tracker.
Thanks again.